Hello there, and welcome to my channel. My name is Pontus, and this is a video about the DeckLister, a program I've made that lets you generate decklist images for Star Wars Unlimited, specifically catered towards content creators and streamers, so you get your own custom images with potentially your own branding or your own whatever you want. So let's look at that. To download it, you go to github.com/facets. I don't know how to say it in English because for me it's Swedish, /DeckLister. I'll put it in the description, of course, so don't worry about that. And then you go to releases here. You see the one that's the latest one. You click on that one, and you can download it for macOS or Windows. Or, if you want to, you can get the code. It is a Python script or a bunch of Python scripts. So if you want to use those directly, if you want to make your own changes or whatever you want to do, you can do that as well. But let's just look at the downloaded exe here. So this is what that looks like. You just put it in a custom, new folder, because you're going to want to put other files. It will unpack some files as well. So to start it, you don't need to install anything. You just double click it and then you wait a little bit. The first time it's a little slower, but as you see, it doesn't take a lot of time to actually start. So first, let's press the export examples button here. You choose I would suggest just the same folder, but you can put it wherever you want. Select folder, and it unpacks some files. The most important one is the example config.json, because this is the way you will know how to make your own configuration, because you're gonna need to do that to make your own custom deck images. As you can see, there's a bunch of different things you can pick here. Most of these are optional, but not all of them. So resolution is the image, the resulting image, the size of the resulting image. Background is a custom background image you can put there. Foreground, custom foreground. Count background is like a smaller thing for behind the count number on each card. And then you have the most important ones, which are the areas. So you can have any number of leader areas, because it could be for Twin Suns, but you could also do it to just show different options or something, whatever you want to do. And the same for base areas. You only have one base in a deck, but maybe you're talking about different options for your deck. So because there can be more than one, there's got to be this double brackets, so it's a list of lists. And then for deck area, it's just one list of 4 numbers, and sideboard area is one list of 4 numbers. These 4 numbers is like the corners of the area, but I'll show you a way to make it easier for you to get a starting point for those, at least. So if you go back to the program here, you have this open config drawer. If you click that, it opens a very white program or a different app. You can load your background image here, so you get a reference for where you want to put things, and then you just make rectangles. So maybe this is my main deck area, and I type whatever I want just to have a name for it, so I know which one is which. And that was me clicking too quick. And then I just have sideboard, and then I can put leader and base, whatever you want. You can put whatever names you want. It doesn't matter. The point of this is to get those values for the corners, and then you do export JSON, and you just do test, because whatever, and save the files, whatever you pick, and then you can open that file up, and these are the different corners, so to speak, you define. So apparently I didn't press save on the base, but it doesn't matter, because you do have the corners here. So the deck area 375, 21, blah, 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 whatever. And then if you open up the example config file that we unpacked, you can just paste those numbers in here wherever you want, and that's how you can get those without having to do it manually necessarily. But then you probably want to get them perfect, of course, but this is a good starting point anyway. There's 2 more values here. There's padding and uniform card size. Padding is the distance between the cards as they're displayed in the area. And the uniform card size is if you want to have a uniform card size between the sideboard and the main deck. If you set that to false, it will just try to maximize the image size to fill up the area as much as possible while showing all the cards, and just not caring if that results in different sizes for the main deck and the sideboard. But if it's set to true, we'll just do the biggest of the two, so to speak. So let's look at a couple of examples here. If we open up, I have a deck list here for a deck I've created. We pick this example config, and if you don't put an output file name or an output file folder, it'll generate a file for you with a auto-generated name, which has a number at the end, and just keep generating new, increasing the number each time. And then you press this generate image button, and it starts downloading all the images from SWU for your deck list, and I'll store them in the folder. So let's see here, I'll just do it while it's working. Here it's gonna store the images in this, so you don't have to re-download them if you use the same ones. I'll just cache them, or you want to call it, and then it sets generated, and it says deck output 1. So this is an example of how it could look, just a basic version of this. To just show how this foreground works, let's just change this leader area so it's just right up in the corner, and we can go back to the deck image generator and click generate image again. This one is much faster, as you can tell, and there's a new file. And you can see here that this blue triangle and this line is actually over the leader because it's a foreground. So that's what that is. And then we can also show another example. You can use a configuration file like this one. Where is it? Oh wait, it's up here. Only sideboard config. So here I just removed the main deck, or the deck area, and the leader areas, and leader and base area. So if I use the same deck list actually, and then just pick that one here instead, and then generate an image, we can see another example of how you could do just if you want to show only the sideboard and focus on that. And of course, as always, you have the control of where this is displayed, so you can make sure there's space for all the streamers or all the people in the video. And of course, you can use your custom images. So, is there anything else I should mention? Yes, there's one more thing. You can, as I mentioned, this is there's code, there's Python code. So if you want to use that directly, you can make your own scripts that, instead of using this GUI, this user interface, you can automate, so you can generate multiple images at once. So maybe you want to have maybe have a workflow for your deck tech videos where you first show, I don't know, the entire main deck, and then you show just the sideboard, and then you focus on, I don't know, whatever you want to do. And you can just set up your own workflow and using the scripts directly by just downloading the scripts instead of downloading the exe. You can also use pip to install it if you're familiar with that. If you download the code, you can install it with pip, so it's available through that as well as a tool. And that's another option you have. But yeah, I guess that's it. If you have any questions or comments, or if you find any bugs, please tell me. I want to keep working on this, and I think this is a very good tool that I've seen a need for. A lot of people make, maybe, you can make prettier images instead of just copying and pasting the one from SWU. I love SWU, but it's not like you don't get your own branding on your own videos. You have to do some weird shit, and maybe you have to move things around. It just looks weird, but here you can choose where everything goes and the size they will be. I haven't tried this for macOS, but it should work for macOS. But if you would try that and see, if it doesn't work, please tell me. If you find any bugs, please tell me. If there's any other issues, if you have an example of something that could be good to add into it, please tell me. Like other features or whatever, something you could see that would be better. You could do it as a pull request if you're familiar with that stuff. Or I guess you can probably add issues. I'm not sure if this is open to other people. If it isn't, please tell me and I'll make the settings needed so you can add an issue here if you find a bug or something. Or just contact me directly in a comment or on Discord. But yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching and hope you like the program. I really want to know what people think of this, and I think it's something that's very much needed. So please tell me how it works and what you want to make, how you want to make it better. And if you feel like this would really benefit from being on a web page, that's something I could do if there's a lot of interest in that. So yeah, tell me if you're interested in that as well. But that's it for now, so see you around. Bye-bye.